The Smash roster is one of my favourite parts of the entire Smash series, with the inclusions of new fighters every installment. Never knowing who's going to make it into Smash 6, some fighters don't make it in, either being deconfirmed from Mii costumes, assist trophies, or other fighters from a third-party developer taking the spot, as well as a few other reasons. Welcome to A New Foe Has Appeared, where we talk about ideas for fighters that could possibly happen in Smash 6, if not the future. I'm your host BB8 from BB8's House. As always, let's get into it. Up next.
Bored. Every day's the same old thing. Same place, different day. I miss the good old days, hanging out with my hero, Sonic. Chasing bad guys and blowing them away. But now he's gone, and there's nothing left to do. But shop till I drop. There was always something fun to do with Sonic around. I really miss him. Hey! What's going on here? Is there an eclipse today or what? Nobody forecast a storm or anything.
That's right, Amy Rose from the Sonic franchise is who we're going to talk about today. And you're probably wondering, didn't you just upload a video where you talk about a Silver the Hedgehog spin-off, and couldn't you have done Blaze to tie in with it? Well, yes, but from the trailers, Blaze does not appear in Sonic Frontiers, but Amy does. So I thought, since Amy does appear in Sonic Frontiers, I thought as my Sonic Frontiers tie-in episode would be Amy Rose. And unfortunately, I would have done Kratos if I didn't do him a year ago. But unfortunately, since I already have done a God of War New Foes Appeared video like last year, unfortunately, since Sonic Frontiers is out the exact same week this episode's out, I thought I would do Amy Rose to tie in with Sonic Frontiers. Even though I'm not getting it at launch because of God of War Ragnarok, I thought I would do a whole bunch of Sonic Frontiers tie-in content to go with the game's launch. And for you people wondering about Blaze, like I just mentioned, I think I will talk about Blaze before the year's over. Like, before I go on for my break for Christmas, I'm going to talk about Blaze. Isn't going to be my exact final character of the year, but I will talk about Blaze in December. And without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? So for her moveset, her neutral special would be Pink Typhoon. With Amy being a small powerhouse, she is able to swing her hammer hard enough and fast enough to create a projectile tornado, and holding down the B button causes Amy to ready her hammer for a longer time. You can hold the hammer for up to a maximum of 5 to 7 seconds. Upon release or max charge, Amy will swing her hammer, producing the attack, and the longer the attack is charged, the faster and further the projectile will travel. The side special being Hammer Vault. This technique is very similar to Sonic's spin jump in a way, but with her hammer instead. And spinning out vertically, similar to how King DDD uses his hammer. And should Amy make contact with an opponent in order for this move to trigger. And she will use the force of the hit to boost her speed, and not only resetting the arc of the attack, but increasing its damage and speed. But be careful using it near edges though, because you're probably going to fall off. So for her up special being Hammer Jump, Amy brings down her hammer to the ground, or wherever the ground should be, not only creating a brief limited shockwave, but hurling Amy up into the air in a vertical line, leaving a trail of hearts. During this shoot up, Amy is prepared to strike any enemies that dare cross her path while ascending. And for her down special being Swinging Hammer, Amy pulls out her Pico hammer and swings it in a full 360 degrees. If used in midair, Amy will start falling straight down upon using this move. And with proper timing, this move can fully cancel out any attack that tries to make or take on Amy from the horizontal direction. And the hammer can also be used similarly to Byleth's axe attack, but unlike Byleth, this attack can be prevented. And for the final smash being Team Rose. When I was doing research on Amy Rose as a character to find a moveset for her, I did come upon Rose Typhoon, but that didn't really appear as impactful enough to me. But instead, I went with Team Rose. Suddenly, Big the Cat and Cream the Rabbit, don't hate me for putting Big the Cat in there, because personally, I'm not a fan of Big the Cat as a character, really, but Big the Cat is a part of Team Rose in Sonic Heroes, so I thought, if we're using Team Rose as the final smash, I do feel like it would feel wrong to exclude Big the Cat in this context. But let's get back to the final smash. Like, suddenly Big the Cat and Cream the Rabbit are accompanied by her child friend Cheese will appear in this final smash. Team Rose have been united. Cream and Big will help follow Amy around the stage, aiding her in battle. Amy's moveset will now revolve around the formations used in Sonic Heroes, being speed, power, and flying. While you moving around, Team Rose is considered to be in the speed formation, and this will allow Amy to quickly move across the terrain, and all of her A moves will increase in speed as well. And while in the air, Team Rose will be in the flying formation as soon as allowing them to fly. And you press any attack button in this formation and will cause Cream to use her Thunder Shoot ability, kicking one of her teammates forward like a soccer ball, surrounded in a crackling electricity. The Thunder Shoot will home in on foes, dealing damage and knockback, and the Fire teammate will fly back and resume the flying formation. If B is pressed, Team Rose will enter the power formation, and Big will use his umbrella, aptly named for the lack of an umbrella, and of course Big will use his fishing pole as his teammate will hop upwards in a spin ball. Big will knock them forward using his fishing pole as a club. These projectile-like teammates will home in on foes and deal damage and knockback. When the final smash is up, Team Rose will come together to unleash their Team Blast Flower Festival. Amy and Cream will roll around on top of Big's umbrella, and then all three will strike a pose while Cheese tosses flower petals around them, and suddenly a big explosion of flowers erupt behind them, dealing knockback and flower status to foes in range. As this point, Big and Cream vanish, leaving Amy alone once again. So the damage would end up being 15% per shot attack, 35 for the Flower Festival, and it is not known, and it will vary depending on the speed formation attacks, and it will be 1% per second of the Flower Festival flower status. For the alts and the Kirby Hat, her default alt will have her wearing her dress from Sonic CD. Well, I do feel like her design in Smash being based on her classic design from CD would end up being better, because if you don't know me, I'm not the biggest fan of their modern designs, so I did take inspiration from her classic design in order to be a bit accurate to the originals. So alt 2 will be Athlete Pink, with her wearing her outfit from Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Alt 3 will be Sally Blue, yet again wearing her outfit from Sonic CD, with her quills being changed to blue. Alt 4 being Blaze Purple will have her wearing her outfit from Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games once again, but this alt would be recolored to resemble Blaze's outfit from that game, but will also change Amy's quills to purple, just like Blaze. Alt 5 will be Cream Orange, wearing her dress from Sonic CD, changing her quills to a mixture of beige and orange on some parts of Amy to make sure it is as accurate to Cream as it can be. Alt 6 being Shadow Black is where she wears her outfit from Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games once again, but changes her quills to black, and her outfit will be accurate to Silver's outfit. No, not Silver, Shadow's outfit from Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Alt 7 will be Styx Brown, is where she wears her outfit from Sonic CD, changing her quills to brown to resemble Styx the Badger. And finally, for Alt 8, we have Rouge White, wearing her outfit from Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games and changing her quills to white. And for the Kirby Hat, Kirby will take Amy's pink quills and headband, alongside the copy ability of Pink Typhoon. For the classic mode route, I went with Team Rose Unite. Amy will fight female characters from the Smash roster and will have 2 Amy allies, one being orange beige to resemble Cream the rabbit, and the other being purple and giant to resemble Big the cat. Like, I know this classic mode route was really difficult to come up with, so I did end up using a few characters that I've talked about in previous New Foes Appeared episodes to help me. So round 1 being Peach, Daisy, and Rosalina and Luma fighting on the Rainbow Ride stage. Round 2 being Zelda fighting on Hyrule Castle 64. Round 3 being Samus fighting on Brinstar. Round 4 being Inkling fighting on Moray Towers. Round 5 being Diva and Mecha from A New Foes Appeared episode 10, and Tracer from A New Foes Appeared episode 49 fighting on the Busan, South Korea stage. Round 6 being Lucina, Robin being female, Corrin being female, and Byleth being female as well, fighting on Garrig Mach Monastery. And the final boss being Marks. For the victory theme, poses, and the Punch-Out title, the victory theme will be level clear from Sonic Heroes. For the first victory pose, Amy would swing her hammer before letting it come to rest on her shoulder. Victory pose 2 is where Amy swoons romantically. Victory pose 3 is where a blue flicky circles Amy before landing on her shoulder. And the defeat pose is where Amy angrily smashes the ground with her hammer. And the Punch-Out title being Sonic's #1 fan. For the Amiibo, her Smash render would end up taking her classic design from Sonic CD, whilst in the pose where she has her hammer in hand, similar to the pose on the right, but not with her modern design. And for her Amiibo, she would have a support underneath to keep her in the air. And the compatible games would end up being Super Smash Bros, where you tap Amy in to summon a fighter you can train, and the untitled Amy Rose Sonic prequel, which doesn't really have a purpose yet. Like, there's not that many games really that an Amy Rose Amiibo would be compatible with, other than a game that's Sonic related. I don't see this Amiibo having that much of a big compatibility. And this Amiibo would be compatible with other games as well. So the stage I picked out for Amy Rose is Twinkle Park from Sonic Adventure that originally came out in 1999. With the shiny objects and neon lights, Twinkle Park does feel like a magical place, but this beauty hides a bit of evil beneath it. While the stage itself may seem harmless, with a flat surface that can only lose players by going too far left, right and up, or a staircase on the right side, it would appear that an E-Series Prototype 0 is hanging high up in the background. Scanning for the energy of the Chaos Emeralds, and with him being a pair of large spike balls floating and bobbing up and down, and these balls are dangerous to touch, and being launched into one can cause some serious damage. More effective than King DDD's move, pretty much. and they will both drop from the ground, dealing heavy damage and burying anyone who's been caught by them. For the music, I went with Twinkle Park, Amy's Room, Welcome to Station Square, Pleasure Castle, Follow Me, and Lazy Days. For the spirits, I went with Amy Rose, Classic Amy, Cream and Cheese, Big the Cat, Froggy, ML, Zero, Metal Sonic, Gold Balloon, and Birdie. And finally, for the reveal trailer, the reveal trailer would end up being a worldwide premiere at the Game Awards. The reveal trailer won't have the slash effect you see at the beginning of the trailers, making people think that at first that it's a Sonic Adventure remake and not a Smash reveal for Amy Rose. You see a close-up of Sonic's shoes running with the Sonic Adventure graphics, and it then closes up to Sonic once again, and Sonic breaks the fourth wall by curling into a ball and smashing his way through the screen as it changes to the Smash cinematic style animation. And the Sonic keeps running even though the art style has changed, and then you see a pink hedgehog who has hearts floating around her. She starts chasing Sonic, and then Sonic spots this hedgehog and keeps running as fast as he can until the mysterious envelope appears in her path, and it keeps falling up to the ground until it lands in front of her. She picks up the envelope and opens it. She then says very loudly, "Smash Bros, I'm in." As Sonic gasps, the screen splashes. Amy Rose shows her passion. It then shows gameplay for Amy Rose, and then the screen fades to white, and it then splashes Super Smash Bros. Times Sonic CD. And then it immediately cuts to footage of the Sonic Adventure remake in order to make sure that fans aren't left disappointed. So guys, what did you think of Amy Rose? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss another New Foes Appeared episode like this one. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I will do Blaze the Cat before the year ends. And I will see you all in a future episode of the New Foes Appeared. BB8 out.